when the clock struck midnight on April 1st, 2022.
Welcome to our house.
Cheers erupted as a new era began in New Mexico. Recreational marijuana was now legal for anyone over 21.
This is our best day ever already, and we have 5 hours to go.
It was incredible, and there was this energy and this excitement and this enthusiasm.
Trishelle Kirk is the CEO of Everest Cannabis and one of hundreds of industry workers who saw their business double overnight.
So last year, Everest opened 5 dispensaries. We've opened 1 in 2023 as well to help meet the demand of the recreational market.
But would that same explosion happen here? Medical marijuana was legal in New Mexico since 2009 and was heavily controlled. For example, before April, the state limited the number of plants for distributors. Oklahoma doesn't do that. New Mexico also required patients to prove qualifying conditions to get a medical card. Oklahoma does not. So while 400,000 Oklahomans already have a medical card to legally buy pot, about 10% of the state, only 120,000 New Mexicans had one before the recreational boom, about 6% of their state. The executive director of the New Mexico Cannabis Chamber of Commerce says their streamlined approach helped make the transition to recreational smooth.
The goal is to have many operators, but not operators who can make a limited product.
And many operators came. In a state of just over 2 million people, New Mexico now has more than 1,800 licensed marijuana businesses, 557 of which are dispensaries.
If you drive around just about any town in New Mexico, dispensaries are popping up in every corner.
Oklahoma already has more than 2,300 dispensaries. No new ones would be opening for at least 2 years due to a statewide moratorium. It's undeniable so far the legalization of recreational marijuana is paying off for New Mexico. So here's what happened. The state imposed a 12% excise tax on recreational sales, which will go up by 1 point each year, capped at 18%. And according to the New Mexico Tax Department, from April to November of 2022, that 12% equaled $21 million. The state and local governments took their normal sales tax as well. So here's how it breaks down. 2/3 of those profits will go to New Mexico's general fund, with 1/3 split evenly between the municipality, county, and state. Moving on to Oklahoma, projections from Yes on State Question 820 say the recreational industry would bring in more than $41 million from the 15% excise tax in year 1. That money would first fund the government agency in charge of regulating marijuana. The rest would go towards municipalities, the state judicial fund, the general fund, public schools, and nonprofits. At New Mexico's pace, though, they'll fall just short of their $30 million first-year projection. Part of the reason for that, Lewinger says, is black market activity.
If you're a small business and you're in a really competitive, highly regulated industry, the temptation to buy that $300 pound instead of the $2,000 pound is just too good.
As we've reported, Oklahoma faces a similar issue with a widespread black market here. The bottom line out of New Mexico, expect big change if State Question 820 passes on March 7th.
Really understanding your cost structure, what your customer base is, and what makes you different from the person next door to you is a great way to differentiate and solidify your business.